Okay.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to our second new coach training call. Today is, I have absolutely no idea. Andrea, it's October 14th? 13th?
I can't hear anything.
Is that somebody in the background? Is that can you hear me? Uh-oh. No. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? No. I'm sorry. I'm back. I'm sorry.
No problem.
We're recording, right? Okay, so today is October, do you know what day it is? I'm sorry.
It's the 14th.
14th.
Okay.
Oh.
Thank you. Hopefully that I won't freeze again. So that's actually a really great question. So when I first started as a coach, I was my heaviest weight. I never drank Shakeology. I didn't start my weight loss journey, nothing. And, at first I was like, all right, how am I going to help these people if I haven't even started my own journey yet? So then, I'm like, you know what? My original goal is just to inspire people along my journey, and just be the proof of the product. So I just basically talked about my, the challenge that I was currently in, my current workout program, and, drinking Shakeology. And then as I started getting results, I shared that, even just little results, like, I was just so proud of myself that I actually did the workout every single day that it was scheduled. Or, I was eating healthy, I was eating clean, and I was making all these changes. And every single change I was talking about on social media. Basically, as a coach, we want to share our story to inspire people. So I think that would actually, and I kind of feel like if we share our story from the beginning, that builds people's trust in us, because we're proving to them that, number one, these products are working. Number two, that we're doing what we're saying. You know what I mean? So just because you've never completed a program doesn't mean you're not going to complete your next program. And as a coach, we're not perfect. We all have setbacks. We can't be 100% all the time, and that's what makes us human. Because if we are 100% perfect, nobody's going to be able to relate to us. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Because nobody's perfect in this world, So it's just basically, as coaches, we just share our story to inspire others to want to live a battle like we're trying to do.
And how do you figure out where your story starts?
You just told me. You know what I mean? You've never, completed a workout program before in your life. You're ready to make a change. You just joined this awesome challenge group where you're getting, all this support. You're going to replace one meal a day with Shakeology, and that's your story. And this time you're ready to make a difference, and you have the passion behind you to help you want to succeed. And you're going to want to share, you want to inspire people to join you along your journey. Does that make sense?
Yes, I would never thought of that. I thought it was really complicated. I'm just I don't know. I think from the video, then I haven't been able to do the things, and it's everything is starting to pile up, and I'm feeling lost. I don't know. I think I'm getting a little overwhelmed.
Yeah, and that's very normal. It's like starting any. What'd you say, Andrea?
I know I felt that way. I was completely overwhelmed. All the training, I work on the weekend, so everybody was trying to catch up on the weekend, and I was way behind. And then I actually took a day. I had my mom watch my son. I was like, I'm gonna do this coach training, and I sat at my computer for 2 hours trying to figure it out, and I'm still figuring it out. So we'll get there.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's just like starting any new job, Kathy, that it's very overwhelming in the beginning, and training is very overwhelming because you're just trying to learn all these new things. But then once you're in the business for a little bit, it's all going to start clicking and it's all going to start making sense. So try not to get overwhelmed. I think you're overthinking it. Like when it comes to the video, basically, even when I make my videos, I prop my phone up, I lean it against something, and I just use my finger and press start. And if I were you, I would just write down every single word that you want to say and read from it. And then hit the button again and stop the recording, and that's your video. It doesn't have to be anything special. It doesn't have to be anything perfect. It's just getting that first video under your belt, because the second one is going to be that much easier.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Good. So it's not over. You're not going to be perfect as a new coach. You know what I mean? It's all a learning experience. Believe me. Actually, I was going to post my first selfie I ever did today in a group, and I still will, because I just found it, and it's awful. Like, the first selfie that I took as a coach was the first selfie I took ever, and like, it was awful. But you have to start somewhere, and it's just a learning process to help yourself grow, and that's exactly what you're going to do. As time goes on, you're going to grow. Okay. So, did you have the opportunity to listen to the first new coach call?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. I just wanted to make sure. So, all right. So there's actually a lot that I want to talk about tonight. So if you have any questions, just let me know. I want to try. Let me see if I can try meeting you guys. Oops. Kathy, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know how to mute people, huh?
I can mute me.
Kathy, do you know how to mute your phone?
Huh?
Do you know how to mute your phone? Probably not, right?
Nope. I'm just downloading it now. I found it. I'm downloading.
All right. I'll have to figure that out some other time. Okay. So, so the first thing I wanted to talk to you about is actually what we just talked about, is feeling overwhelmed during this new training. So if you guys are feeling overwhelmed, it's absolutely normal, and just please let us know, okay? And just honestly take one, like this group is not, this training is not meant or designed to overwhelm you. It's just designed to give you the basics, so that when at the end of this training you can go on and try and grow a successful, health and fitness business. So just take one task at a time, do it at your own pace, but just please make sure that you are doing the assignments, because each and every one is extremely important to learn, to grow a business. So again, just let us know if you're feeling overwhelmed, and maybe we can help you simplify things a little bit, okay? As I mentioned in our last call, it's just so important to set up business hours every single day. I would set at least an hour aside and do these assignments, so that you won't feel as overwhelmed. And setting up business hours now is actually going to help you get into the habit in the future. So it's just very important to just stick to, for me, every single day, during my son's naps, I work, in the evenings, I work after my son goes to sleep. So it just gives me the opportunity to know, I know at those are the times that I have every single day to work my business. So, and it's the same for, setting up time to do these assignments. So the next thing I want to talk to you about is why we have all decided to become a coach. It's very important to know why you're doing this, and for many reasons. So I want to share with you my why, and then, go from there. So when I became a new coach, like all the top coaches on all the calls that I've gotten on, they expressed the importance, and they said, your why needs to make you cry. and she's like, everybody wants to help people, so that shouldn't be your why. And at first, like, I got a little offended. I was like, well, that is my why. I want to help people. That's why I'm a health and fitness coach, right? But then the more I thought about it, that changed. So my original goal, as I mentioned, was to just, I was at the beginning of my weight loss journey. I was a new mom. I was overweight. I was depressed. I felt miserable. And I was just looking for a change. And I just wanted to lose weight and inspire people along my journey to get them to join me. That was my original reason for doing this. I also wanted the discount on Shakeology, and I thought it would be really neat if every month that I can also make that money back to pay for my Shakeology, because I was a stay-at-home mom and I couldn't afford it. I just couldn't afford to pay every month. So then, as I was going through my weight loss journey, and the longer I became a coach, my why started to change. And I noticed that, once I started feeling stronger, and once I started seeing the results on this scale, the results of my body, my body changing, like, I started growing more confident. I started feeling better about myself. And, it was just like this whole ripple effect. And then once I reached my health and fitness goal, I was the most confident I've ever been in my entire life. I felt so good, and having confidence is like a game changer in life, huge game changer in life. I used to seek approval for every decision I made. Even something to go out to, something as simple as like going out to dinner or buying a new pair of jeans. I always had to ask other people's opinions. You know what I mean? And I demand respect now, where before I didn't. Like, it just changed everything for me. And now I want my why is so much deeper than that. I want other women to feel the same as me. I want other moms to know that it's possible to make themselves a priority, put their, and in return, then it will make them a better mom, it'll make them a better wife, it'll make them a better friend, a better person. So, and I want moms who often get lost in their children and make their children the priority. My why now is to make them realize that they can have happiness too, which will improve everything. So that's my why. My other why is that I'm sick of living paycheck to paycheck. I never want to tell my son that you can't join a sports team because we don't have the money for it. Actually, my son's, once my next one is born. And I really want to create financial freedom for my family. So that's now my why. So, and the reason why it's so important to know what your why is because there's going to be a lot of tough times in this business. It's not easy, okay? There's going to be times that you're going to want to quit. There's going to be times where you're not any good at this. And, it's your why. If your why is strong enough, it will pull you out of those times, because it will happen. And you're going to need to you need to go back to your why. You are a coach to pull you out of those times. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So it's just so easy to get very discouraged in this business and to get lost in this business. And it's not an easy business, but it's an extremely rewarding business, though, as well, at the same time. And there's a lot of benefits to being a health and fitness coach. And again, knowing what your why is very important. So I want you guys to think about that. Think about why you're a coach and what you want to get out of it. Okay? So do you have any questions regarding that?
I'm sorry?
Do you have any questions regarding that?
No.
Okay. So, basically, as I mentioned earlier, as coaches, we basically don't want to sell. We want to share rewards. stories. Not one person gets into this business probably as a coach because we're salesmen. That's not why we're doing this. We all want to, make a difference and we want to help people. So it's just so important as a coach to share your journey on social media. And we want to basically create a presence. And basically, like I said, when I first became a coach, I just shared my journey. I shared my workout pictures. I shared how proud of myself that I actually, completed the program 3 days in a row. I shared, the benefits of Shakeology and what it was doing for me. I was a new mom and I wasn't getting any sleep at night. And, after Shakeology, I felt like a new woman because I had all this energy, So I was just sharing my journey, and through posting, I created a social presence, a social media presence. So, and basically by doing this, you're getting people to follow you and to follow your story and to follow your journey. Okay. And so basically they tell you to post on social media 3 to 5 times a day. Okay. And it's not all about Beachbody because we're not only Beachbody coaches. We're mothers, we're sisters, we're friends. Some of us are into fashion. Some of us love to cook. So there's always other things that you can post. And posting 3 to 5 times a day. Like when I was first told that, I'm like, you're crazy. I was never on Facebook. I was what you would call a lurker. And I never posted. I probably only posted like once, and I don't know. I just never posted on Facebook. So when you go from posting never to being told to post 3 to 5 times a day, it's like, oh my God, what am I going to post? So basically, what I did as a new coach is that I followed other top coaches or other coaches who I knew were having success. And I would follow them, and if I see posts that related to me or spoke to me, I would recreate them and make them my own until I found my own way, basically. Okay, so your posts should add value. It should never be a picture of a product. If you're talking about Shakeology, have you drinking the shake or you in the picture with it, or if you're talking about a product, a workout program, have you in the picture of it, or have another challenger in the picture of it if you have a before and after. But it should never be just a picture of a product because, I use the example of Roden and Fields a lot. I don't know if you know what that is, but Roden and Fields is a facial company. I don't even know what you call it. And they sell face stuff. And every single post that I see from one of their salespeople is always of the product. And then in their description, they're explaining something, right? But I honestly, just seeing the product does not catch my eye. I just scroll right past it, and I don't even stop to read their post because it's too salesy. They're just losing my attention. But if they actually posted a picture of their face and how good it looked and talked about what the products are doing for them, that would catch my attention. So that's what we're trying to do, if that makes sense. So
yes, a lot.
Yes, good. So you want to add value to each of your posts. I'm really not a big foodie. I'm a horrible cook. So I do try to find different recipes and post about them, which since I've been pregnant, I haven't been doing a lot of because it's been extremely tough for me to find foods that I'm really interested in eating. But before that, I would post recipes online, this is what we're about to have for dinner, or you know what I mean, stuff that people are going to want to know about. Days that you're not feeling like working out, post about that and just say that you're going to pull through anyway. Or another good example is if you want to post a workout picture, instead of just saying, oh, I just completed my workout, because that's not going to gain people's attention, just be I'm a mom, I work full time. Kathy, you work full time, you only have, a very small, I don't know, how many hours do you work a day? A lot, right?
I work from 8 to 5, but I get up at 4.
Right. And then you have a family, right?
Yep, 3 kids.
Right. So you're a busy mom who works full time. You come home, you have to take care of the kids, you have to make dinner, but you are still finding time for your health and fitness because you are the priority. So that's how I would spin a workout post, because you're showing other busy moms that you can still find time in a day to work out and take care of you, even though you're so busy. And that's what's going to inspire people. Because, again, like I mentioned earlier, a lot of moms, don't have the time. Their number one excuse is they do not have the time. But being that these videos, these workout programs are, number one, done at home. Number two, a lot of the newer ones are only 30 minutes. I know when I first started T25, it was only 25 minutes a day. So it is possible to do. You know what I mean? And it's like having a personal trainer in your own living room, right? I used to go to the gym for years and didn't know I used to do the same thing every single day. I did cardio for a half hour, 45 minutes, and then I did weight training, but the weight training was never effective because I wasn't doing it right. And now I have a personal trainer in my own living room that, you know what I mean? And before I got pregnant, I had the best body that I've ever did before in my life. So it's just, there's so many benefits, and we want to talk about, the benefits of the products through our own personal experience as we're having those experiences, if that makes sense. So,
yeah.
Okay.
No, it seems a little easier to understand.
Good. Yeah, and that's why these calls are so important, because, it's different to read it versus hearing me actually talk about it. So also, on Facebook, Sunday evenings and Monday evenings around between 8 and 9:30 are usually the busiest time. And that actually may vary for each and every one of you, because we all may have different niche markets. But for me, Sunday and Monday nights seems to be the busiest time on social media, on Facebook for me. So that is when I always do my inviting to challenge group posts, or posts that I want everybody else to see. So just keep that in mind. When I get a new coach, I always do it in the evening. I always announce them in the evening, which Kathy, we still have to talk about. And then, so anything that I want people to see, the majority of people to see, I post in the evening. Okay. I was just going to say something else about that. Oh, so basically when you're posting on social media, you're trying to create your niche market. And basically your niche market it's basically you're talking to yourself. So what are you going to want to hear? Because you basically, your followers are going to be people just like you, right? So for me, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have a son, I have another one on the way, and I'm, when I post, those are the people that I'm posting to. That's my market. Those are the people that I'm getting to, basically. So it's like Kathy, you're a great example of the majority of probably women who is a busy mom of 3 kids who works full time. You know what I mean? So that would be a great niche market until you develop into your own, okay. Basically, when we sell these products to people, our challengers, our people that we're selling to, they're not buying a product, they're buying us. They're buying us as their coach. They're trusting in us to buy products from us. So you basically want to gain people's trust through, posting. If that makes any sense.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm taking notes.
That's okay. That's all right. So, and it's going to seem like you're posting 3 to 5 times a day and you're going to feel like you're only getting a few likes and, you know, not many comments, and you feel like not many people are following you, believe me when I tell you they are. Even if they're not liking your posts, even if they're not commenting on your posts, they're still following you. Especially in the beginning, because they're like, oh, what is this girl up to? You know, what is she trying to do? And then as you continue day after day after day after day, you know, they're going to start, oh, wow, she's actually really, you know, continuing with this. And, oh, my God, look at how great she's looking. And, oh, my God, look at how great she feels. Like, and, oh, I want to do what she's doing. You know what I mean? It's the compound effect. Every single post that you put out there is planting a little seed in everyone's brains about what you're doing. So it's you're building a trust on them. If you have not started reading the book The Compound Effect, like, I highly recommend. Oh my God, I highly recommend that you read that book. Okay.
Which book?
It's called The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy.
Okay.
Okay. It's also, I think you can get it on audio too. So I know for like a lot of people who work, like the best time for them to do their personal development is driving to and from work. Just, you know, stick your earbuds in and listen to the book from your smartphone. So I want to explain to you. So our challenge groups, I know Kathy, you're in a group, but Kristen, I know, has not been in a group yet. So basically, you know, how we sell our products is inviting people to our challenge groups. And you can post, you know, invite posts, you know, saying that I am having this challenge, you know, on October 15th and blah, 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 blah. But I guarantee you the majority of your challengers are going to come from people actually personally inviting. So one of the vital behaviors, as we mentioned in the first call, is invite. Okay. So invite. I know Carl Deichler himself. He wishes that he named it something else called connect. And it's so important to connect with people because that's how you're going to build their trust. So in the beginning, as a new coach, like our next challenge group is starting on Monday. And that's a challenge group for the 21-day fix and a general group. And Kathy, you're familiar with what a challenge group is, right? Because you're in them now. So as a new coach, basically, your challengers are going to be people just that you know, your friends, your coworkers, you know, your family members. So I would send out a personal message inviting these people to join our next challenge group. Our next challenge group, I already said that is Monday. And I can give you an example. I think we posted examples in the group this week, but, of what you can send these people to invite to our next group. Okay. I'm sorry, did somebody say something?
It's sorry, it was my son.
That's okay. So then it's also really important for you guys as new coaches over the next few months that you're starting to connect with people that you haven't spoken to in a really long time, which was really hard for me as a new coach because I don't know, I guess I was shy or whatever. And I went to, like, my coach was telling me, you know, start messaging people that, you know, you went to high school with. And I'm like I went to a very cliquey high school. I never was part of the in crowd. And it was just really hard for me to reach out to these people that I never spoken to before or barely ever spoke to. And, you know, I started doing it. And the more I started doing it, the easier it became. And I started building these relationships with people that I never spoke to before. And, you know, when I started messaging them, they're like, oh my God, you know, I've been watching you on Facebook, even though they never liked the post or commented on the post, they've been following me and they're telling me I'm an inspiration. So these people that I never spoke to a day before in my life, I'm now selling challenge packs to, you know? So it's very important to use the next few months while you're inviting to these groups to start building relationships with people that you haven't spoken to before, or in a long time, because, and non-Beachbody related, you can open up the conversation, like if they have children, post it on their timeline, be like, hi, so-and-so, it's been a gazillion years. How are you doing? Your kids are so cute, however you can relate to them. And if they don't return your message, they don't return your message. But if they do, awesome. And you can start a conversation from there. And then you can ask them, so what have you been up to? Are you working? And if they ask you the same thing, be like, yes, I'm working, I'm a mom, and I'm also a health and fitness coach, and build the relationship and the conversation from there. And then even if you're not inviting them to a challenge group now, you can in a couple months once you start building a relationship with them. We're going to cut out in 5 minutes, and there's so much more that I need to talk to you guys about, and I don't know, that's why I'm talking so fast. Building relationships in this business is key to our success, okay? Because people aren't going to trust you from the beginning. It's going to take time to build that relationship with them, to start buying from you, especially once you start getting people and meeting people through social media that don't know you. Like Kathy, you didn't know me, and it took a while for you to trust me to actually reach out to me, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's just so important to build that trust that we actually care as coaches. We're not selling a product. We actually want to help people reach, their health and fitness goals and to feel good about themselves again. So the more, the better the relationship that you build with somebody, the more trust that they'll have in you to buy the product. So I would also to start friend requesting everybody that you can think of that that you might have met once in a while, or because your goal is to start building your social network, because the more people the more people you'll be able to help, right? So there's 3 things that every single day that you should do every single day as a new coach that are vital to your business, and that would set you up for success in the long run. So it's to send out 3 personal invites to your next challenge group every single day, to connect with 3 new people every single day through message, non-Beachbody related, and then to send 3 friend requests out a day to new people. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So, oh my God, we only have 3 minutes left. All right. You know what? I'm just going to have to make a video about the rest that I want to talk about. Because there's no way I'm going to get it done in 3 minutes. I only am allotted a certain amount of time on these Zoom calls before they kick us off. Kathy, that's why we only have a short time left.
Okay.
All right. So I will create a video probably tomorrow about everything else that I wanted to talk to you guys about on tonight's call, and post it in the group.
Okay.
Okay. Andrea, we have 2 minutes left. Is there anything that you want to add? Because I know that, you're new to this business. You just finished your coach training last month. So you're going through what, they're doing right now. So
Yeah.
and she's been awesome, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. Like you said, it's very overwhelming in the beginning, but you'll get there. So it takes a little time, and like I said, I'm still learning everything, and don't be afraid to ask questions, because I still ask 1,000 questions a day.
Which is good. Don't ever think you're a pain in the butt for doing that. I love, it's just helping. It's just the whole community of helping one another succeed. You know what I mean? So don't ever feel bad about asking a question, ever. All right? All right. So Kathy, hang in there. You're doing awesome. Take one day at a time. Try and find the time on the weekends to catch up on the stuff that you haven't. And also, too, on Monday is our next challenge group. So I want to challenge everybody, you and Kristen, to make a list of 20 people that you want to invite and invite them over the next few days to join our next challenge. And I will post a sample of what you guys can use to invite people to our next challenge, okay?
And what is okay.
Okay.
What is like the challenge about? It's like another, like a challenge pack, right?
Yeah, you know what? In the video that I'll make, I'll explain that all in great detail.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
Because we have less than a minute. I'm going to get cut off in the middle of my answer. So, all right. So have a great evening, everybody, and I'll be talking to y'all soon.
Bye.
Okay.
All right. Bye.